All right, ready to go beyond the screen. Today we're going to explore The Notebook.
Ooh, sounds interesting.
But we're not just rewatching it.
Oh,
We're going to look behind the scenes, like at production notes and stuff,
yeah, okay.
and talk about what critics said, maybe even uncover some secrets.
Nice.
So get ready, because we're about to get deep into The Notebook.
I am ready. Let's go.
It's more than just a love story, right?
Yeah, so much more.
I mean, people talk about it all the time, about the love, the memory, like how society can get in the way of relationships.
Exactly. It brings up so much stuff to think about.
All those things, that's what we're going to focus on today.
Awesome.
And the way the movie jumps back and forth in time,
Hmm?
that's got to be important too.
Absolutely.
From Noah and Allie's summer romance in the 40s to when Duke reads to Allie, who now has dementia.
Right. You're right. The timeline, it's like it keeps you guessing, like a puzzle.
Yeah, a puzzle. And you don't know how the pieces fit until later. So the first piece we get is, well, it's 1940s South Carolina.
Ah, setting the scene.
Right. And we meet Noah. He's a mill worker.
Hardworking guy
Yeah, and he falls for Allie right away.
who's from a totally different world.
Yeah, from a rich family.
Totally different.
But there's this, like, spark between them.
Oh, yeah, you can feel it.
And you know, it's interesting. Their differences, they actually make them, like, more attracted to each other.
It's true. They kind of balance each other out, you know?
Exactly. Noah, he's a free spirit. And Allie's, well, she's had this very sheltered life.
So he represents something different for her, like a whole new world.
Right. And they have these amazing moments dancing in the street, you know.
Oh, I love that scene.
Me too. And they talk about their dreams under the stars.
They even talk about fixing up this old house together, remember?
Yes. But there's this huge obstacle in their way.
Oh.
Allie's parents.
Oh, right.
They do not like Noah.
Yeah, they think he's, not good enough for their daughter.
Exactly. They think he'll ruin her future, her social standing.
It's a classic story, right? Like Romeo and Juliet.
It is. It shows how even when you have strong feelings,
Yeah.
society can get in the way.
Totally. And the movie really shows that, how strict things were back then.
Right. Those social rules were so powerful, especially in the South in the 40s.
Definitely.
Allie's parents, they represent that whole conflict, you know?
Yeah, like head versus heart.
Exactly. They want to control Allie's life. They even intercept Noah's letters to her.
Wait, what?
Yeah, for a whole year, he wrote her every single day.
Wow, and she never got them.
Nope. Her mom kept them from her.
That's harsh.
It's heartbreaking, right? It just shows you how far those societal pressures can go.
It really does.
And it makes their separation even more painful.
For sure.
But here's the thing. Even though they're forced apart,
Yeah.
Noah and Allie, they never forget each other.
Oh, of course not.
They try to move on. You know, Noah goes off to fight in the war.
World War II.
Right. And Allie, she becomes a nurse. She even gets engaged.
Oh, wow, to Lon, right.
Yeah, Lon, he's like the perfect guy on paper.
Yeah, he fits in with her family, with their world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But neither of them can truly let go of that summer they had together.
That makes sense.
And that's where the house comes in, remember?
Oh, the old plantation house.
Yeah. It was more than just a dream they shared.
It was like a symbol.
Yes. And when Noah restores it years later,
It's like a beacon.
it is. It pulls Allie back to him.
I mean, talk about a grand gesture.
Totally. And it's not just a gesture.
No.
It's like a promise he kept.
A promise that their love was real.
Exactly. And when Allie sees it in the newspaper,
It all comes flooding back.
all those memories,
All those feelings.
and she has to make a choice.
Tough one.
Stay with Lon, the safe choice,
Yeah.
or risk everything to be with Noah.
Who she really loves.
Right. And it all comes down to what's more important to her, what her heart wants or what society expects.
That's the question, isn't it? Yeah, it's like, do you follow your head or your heart?
And while Allie's trying to figure that out, we're still seeing Duke, right?
Yeah, still reading to Allie.
Patiently reading, even though she has dementia.
And it's like, he's trying to bring those memories back.
Sharing their story page by page.
Really powerful, the way the movie does that.
It is. Because as he reads, we see those moments, you know?
Like their first kiss.
Yeah, and their fights, the happy times, the sad times.
It's all there, like we're reliving it with them.
And then, bam, it hits you.
Oh, yeah.
Duke is Noah.
And the woman he's reading to is Allie.
The whole time. Mind-blowing. Totally. And it all makes sense. The notebook, the story, her memory loss.
It all clicks into place.
Like the last piece of the puzzle.
Exactly.
In the notebook itself, it becomes so important.
More than just memories.
Right. It's like A lifeline.
Yeah, because we find out Allie wrote it all down as her dementia got worse.
Like she wanted to hold on to those moments, you know?
To who she was, to who they were together.
It's heartbreaking, but also inspiring
Definitely.
to see her struggling with memory loss.
But even when her mind is foggy.
Those feelings for Noah, they come back.
Like they're still there, deep down.
Exactly. Those moments of clarity, they're so powerful.
They really are.
They show that even with dementia, those core emotions, they can still be there.
It makes you think about the power of love, doesn't it?
It does. It makes you wonder, why does this movie resonate with so many people?
I think it's that longing for connection, you know?
For a love that lasts.
Yeah, a love that survives anything.
And in a world that feels so uncertain, it's like a reminder that that kind of love exists.
It gives us hope.
And it's not just romantic love.
No, it's family, it's society, it's memory.
Like with Allie's parents.
Oh, yeah, they were tough.
It shows how much society can influence our choices.
Especially back then.
Her mom, disapproving of Noah because of his social class.
It was a different time, you know?
But even today, we still feel those pressures, maybe in different ways.
Absolutely. Like, what are we supposed to do versus what we really want?
The Notebook reminds us that sometimes the hardest choices are between those two things.
It's a powerful message to be true to yourself, even if it's hard.
And speaking of powerful, we can't forget the movie's impact. I mean, it's a classic.
A modern classic for sure.
People still quote it. They get engaged in the rain like Noah and Allie.
That rain-soaked kiss, iconic.
It really is. It captures that passionate love. It goes beyond the screen.
And the movie stays with you, you know?
It does, and it makes you think about loss, too.
Yeah, it's not all just romance.
It shows Allie dealing with dementia, losing her memories.
And it makes you think about the fragility of life, you know?
How precious those moments with loved ones are.
And that fragility, it makes their love story even deeper.
Because Noah, he loves her through it all.
Even as she's fading.
He never gives up on her.
He's reminding her of who she is, who they are.
It's beautiful, and it brings us back to the Notebook.
Full circle.
It shows the power of storytelling, how we use stories to understand ourselves
To connect with others.
and to hold on to our identity.
Noah sharing their story, it's like an act of love.
It is. It bridges the gap created by her memory loss.
And it makes us, the audience, think about our own stories.
Our own experiences with love, loss, time. So as we kind of close the book on the Notebook today, what stays with you?
For me, it's how it mixes romance with heartbreak and memory.
It makes you feel everything.
And it does. It's not just a love story. It's about being human.
It reminds us that love is powerful, that we should cherish every moment.
And it's honest. It shows that love isn't always easy, but it's worth it.
That's a great point. And for me, it's the quiet moments, too.
Oh, yeah. Those are special.
Those little glances, those unspoken things between them.
It shows that love isn't always grand gestures.
It's the little things, too, the shared experiences.
That's that connection that lasts.
It makes you think about your own notebook, right?
What would we write about?
What moments would we hold on to?
It's like an invitation to look back on our own lives.
And to think about how those moments made us who we are.
And the power of sharing those stories.
So as we wrap up, any final thoughts for our listeners?
I hope they remember that love, memories, stories, they all matter.
The Notebook shows us that even when things are tough, those things endure.
It encourages us to embrace love, to hold on to those special moments, and to share our stories.
Beautiful. And I think the Notebook reminds us that even with loss, love and memory can bring us comfort and meaning.
And connection.
Exactly. It's more than just a movie. It's a reflection on life.
And a reminder to keep writing our own stories.
Well said, and thank you for joining us on this exploration of the Notebook. Until next time, keep turning those pages.
Oh.
Makes you think about your own notebook, right?
Yeah, like what would we write about?
Those moments you'd want to hold on to.
If you could only save a few memories, which ones would they be?
What would your story be?
It really makes you think about what's important, what matters most.
Yeah, all those experiences that shape us, those relationships that stick with us.
Like what makes us, you know.
And how we tell those stories. It's powerful.
Oh, absolutely. Whether it's writing it down or just sharing with someone.
Or even just thinking about it in your head.
It helps us connect with those experiences, make sense of things.
And maybe understand ourselves a little better.
So as we finish up with the Notebook today, what do you want our listeners to take away from it?
What really stuck with you?
I think it's that reminder that love and memory and stories, they all have this incredible power.
Even when things are tough, they can help us through.
The Notebook shows us that, you know, even when memories fade, there's still that connection, that sense of who we are.
And it encourages us to hold on to those important moments.
Share our stories because they matter.
That's so true. And for me, the Notebook reminds us that even with loss, love and memory can bring us comfort.
And meaning, like, a sense of purpose.
It's more than just a romantic movie.
It's about life, about the human experience.
And it reminds us to keep writing our own stories.
Exactly.
Beautiful. Thank you for joining us today on this journey through the Notebook.
It's been a pleasure.
And until next time, keep those pages turning.